Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up for you today. You're not going to recognize crypto in a very short period of time, and we're about to show you why. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.72 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 1.6%, 69,300 plus for Bitcoin, 3,800 plus for Ethereum, 112 billion plus market cap for USD Tether. Number 8 spot is XRP at 52 cents. It's up 0.7 on the 24, but it's off 1.5 on the 7-day. The range of price between 51 and 52 cents. We'll keep an eye on it. Hey, what I want to tell you about very quickly here is linked to private equity. It's the best private equity in the world. But listen, I really want to show you something. Look, I know we all know about Ripple, but have you paid attention to how big this company is actually getting here? Building the internet of value, by the way. Take a look at these numbers. Now at 900 plus employees, 15 offices in key technology financial centers around the world, 80 plus countries where Ripple is delivering transformative solutions. How about that one? Yeah, and here's another amazing fact. It's still available. The private equity is still available on Link2. What are you waiting for? What a remarkable opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. And as you know, this window only stays open so long, and none of us will know exactly how long. So if you're going to get some private equity for Ripple and the other great companies they have on there, Grok, G-R-O-Q, that's another one in the artificial intelligence sector. Let me tell you something. Look, you think NVIDIA is on fire? You think these other companies are on fire? Listen, the best private equity in the world, whether it's AI, robotics, fintech, DLT, blockchain, you name it, the best companies are on Link2. And I tell you, you will not be able to get them forever, but you can't say that I didn't tell you to go get it, because I told you to go get it. I'm going to get some. You watch what I do. All right, let's get into this. Link underneath the video to my sponsor. Don't mess around. It only takes about 3 minutes to get registered, signed up, and funded in your account. It's that simple. U.S. M2 money supply has retraced by at least 2%, and on only 5 occasions since 1870. Each prior instance correlated with an economic depression and a double-digit unemployment rate. Yikes. Good morning, everyone. I'm also available for retirements and birthday parties. All right, I got to play this whole thing here. Shout out to DAI for putting this clip together. But listen, I started this video saying crypto is changing forever, and it is. And you're about to hear why. Take a listen here. We got so much more to go over, but listen to this.
We've also have observed the increased use of stablecoins, notably Tether's USDT by sanctioned persons, scammers, and terrorist groups. And a key theme across all of that is that bad actors are seeking out those jurisdictions and those products where they're weak or insufficient AML, CFT, or sanctions compliance programs. And some virtual asset service providers are sort of outright failing to meet their compliance obligations. I think the second thing that we've been really focused on is the risks around stablecoins, and particularly as we have seen those become more attractive to terrorists and other bad actors. Is there a way to work with Congress to get an authority so that those stable coins that are U.S. backed are clearly subject to OFAC sanctions authorities? And then, I think overall, it's the work to ensure that virtual asset service providers and other entities that operate in the ecosystem know clearly that based on the activity that they are engaged in, they are required to register with FinCEN as a money services business, or really a financial institution that's subject to all of the AML, CFT obligations that FinCEN administers. Right now, what we often see is virtual asset service providers, big and small, will say, "Well, that's not us. Like we're not subject to your regulatory remit." So making clear that no, you don't get to define whether you are or not based on the product that you are developing or you have promulgated, but really it's based on the activity that you're engaged in, and statutory definition of financial institution may be the way to get at that challenge.
Now notice that what he said, notice that he chuckled in there when those people think, well, we're too big. We're big enough that we don't have to follow your thing. He thought that was cute. Keep listening.
With Tether, we are, as you surely you know, and so we are not big in DeFi. We do really care about being the stablecoin for the last mile. So we focus on the adoption in the real world. So payments, remittances. We don't care about the usage of USDT in Europe and the US. We don't think Europe and US are a good market for us. And in general for stablecoins, that is our own opinion.
FTX and Binance were the two most important, most influential, and probably SBF and CZ were the two most important players in crypto.
That's right.
Now you've got one definitively in jail, one, I guess, potentially headed to jail. And, you know, I bring this up in context of black swans is like, it's hard to know. But on the positive, think about the freaking resilience of this industry and market that 2 years ago, somebody who I thought I knew a lot about what's going on in crypto, I would have said these are the two most important companies. The CEOs of the two most important companies now either are in jail or I think headed there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in some ways, I mean, the CZ stuff I'm less close to, and so I don't know as many details. But look, the resilience of the market, that should give us immense optimism.
Yes.
About what's coming. Do I think there's going to be another black swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be like predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The U.S. government is going after Tether. That is clear to me.
Yeah, it's clear to us too, Brad. You know, and look, that's why I say, you know, this is the last bastion for crypto the way you remembered it being. Write it down. We should have immense optimism about what's coming, said Brad Garlinghouse. Well, I, for one, think he's right. And dare I say it, I think OFAC, yes, OFAC, the Office of Foreign Asset Control, that's what's coming, and they're coming for USD Tether. And that gentleman right there giggled when he thought about the idea, how cute it was to think that people don't know that you got to follow some rules when you're selling the only product that the Federal Reserve has ever offered, dollars and bonds. You think you could just willy-nilly start doing that for more than a decade? Okay, we'll see. But this is why I think Brad knows so much about it. Remember, there's a lot of people from the United States Treasury that have come through and hung out in the Ripple camp, just like when they appointed Rosie Rios to the board of directors. Remember that? I do. Yeah, there she is. 43rd United States Treasurer. Her name's on more money floating around the world than any other person on earth. How about that? Right? Why would she be there? Why would Brad have those comments to say?
Unfortunately, in some ways, I mean,
I think he's right. And I don't think he's right because he has some inside knowledge. I think he's right because he understands the space. He understands that you just don't go out here and, by the way, I'm going to start selling digital dollars the way the Federal Reserve offers them. Or my own way, in fact. No, you don't get to do that. And you don't have a crypto space fit for institutional money until you resolve that part of the market, which is the centralized control part where you come in and out of this digital asset space. Oh, they're going to fix it. Very quickly here, let's look at this. Nuvei specializes in stablecoin settlement globally. Chad Steingreiber highlights here, not only is it connected to USDC, but he sees in the near term it connected to Ripple stablecoin as well. Loving that for us. And we know that it's already connected to Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, and other wallets as well. So keep an eye on this. This is where the new connections are being hooked up, and they're about to cut. They're about to cut or put USD Tether, clip its wings. Something's coming. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. And then reminder about this. Remember when Hester Peirce just said last week that she proposed a distributed ledger technology sandbox collaboration between the United States and the UK? Well, that got me thinking over the weekend. And obviously I talked about this. Don't forget about Uphold, licensed in the US and the UK. Launched a global white label service to make it easier for enterprises to offer digital assets to their customers. And this is obviously in part of the Ripple Uphold partnership as well. But then I was reminded right here, remember when Chris Larsen went to London last November, in fact? Remember that? I do. Yeah. Remember that? And there was this little video clip about it.
The focus of this trip, though, is money.
Good to see you.
There's Chris Larsen right there. Yeah, that's right. Co-founder of Ripple. Going over to the UK. And at the time, we were wondering if it was considering Ripple doing an IPO at the time in the UK because of the trouble it's had with the United States SEC Commission. Or Securities Exchange Commission, excuse me. But this was what was happening. And the mayor of London was trying to really recruit Silicon Valley companies to come and be the hub over in the UK. So this gets more interesting as we move forward. What will happen here? And then let's take a look at this, because BNY Mellon, head of digital asset products, departs for Ripple. Yes, that's correct. This is Ralph Roth right here, managing director of BNY Mellon's digital asset team in September. How about that? Okay, so now he's over at Ripple. Well, that reminded me of Tim Keeney, who was at PolySign and retired vice chairman of BNY Mellon. And when he was at BNY Mellon, he was responsible for custodying 25% of global institutional assets, right? So now we know Jack McDonald is going to work for Ripple now, and Standard Custody's been purchased by Ripple. We're waiting in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, to find out what will become of PolySign, but that's what we know so far. Then we know that this is happening on a large level. China and the United Arab Emirates have recognized the crucial role of central bank digital currencies in facilitating cross-border trade and investment. The future is calling, says Gold Telegraph. M-Bridge. M-Bridge could facilitate using China's yuan as an alternative to the US dollar by enabling its digital form to settle large corporate transactions. Yes, that's right. And M-Bridge can be the XRP ledger with the use of the XRP asset, digital asset, according to James Wallace from Ripple, because M-Bridge, in fact, is at least one of the pilots is at least the XRP ledger, according to James Wallace. Doesn't mean it's the only one, but it's at least one of the pilots of M-Bridge, if not M-Bridge itself. And wouldn't it make sense to have a bridge asset sit in between the Chinese yuan that's an alternative to the dollar right now, making sure that we all don't hold a surveillance tool by China? Yeah, kind of loving where XRP's fitting in all of this. I say here, E equals MC squared. We've all heard it. And M-Bridge equals XRP ledger. Come on in. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Bitcoin trader says XRP could hit $10. It is inevitable. And this is a Bitcoin trader. There's not a chart really to look at, but we know we've had a lot of technical analysts in this space tell us $8 to $10 is a great first start for everybody. You know that I believe XRP goes 3, 4, 5 digits and really, really to the moon at some point. I really do believe that is the possibility and the role. If the XRP ledger is going to serve as a world decentralized exchange, it will definitely reach those limits, I believe, if it achieves that goal. Now, with that being said, That doesn't mean that I don't have a position waiting at $10 so I can feel a little love before it gets to those places. You're damn right I do. And the reason that I do is because I've gone through 2 bull runs already and not taken any profits. So I will be tasting a little something in this 3rd time round, no doubt about it. Hey, that's going to do it for me. I hope you will join us in the Freedom Zone today. And let me tell you something. I'm going to give you just a piece of this very quickly here, but this is really important to understand. The Phoenix Fire token scam is now being covered by some people that plan to get answers. And it was a huge scam token project that happened, and they preyed heavily on the XRP community. It is said that they raised more than $600 million in this scam. This is why I don't want to let it go, besides the fact that I've been contacted by so many people that have said they've been wiped out because of it. You know, it's bad enough when we get wiped out by things that we just don't know about, right? It's bad enough having to just fall victim to, you know, an investment went south, just because that's how investing goes. But when you add in people coming into the sector and they start community and start preying upon people, that's the kind of thing that's just hard to put down. So I'm going to do what I can to elevate it here. And we're going to get into it right now. I hope you join us to learn more about the Phoenix Fire token scam, because I don't think this guy's going to let it go. He knows what's happened here, and he seems to be pretty intent on getting it figured out. No question about it. We're going into the Freedom Zone right now. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. Come on in.